Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. Today is where we discuss my favorite 10 DSBM albums of all time. Now before I start, pop your favorite DSBM album down below. In case you don't know what DSBM is, it is depressive suicidal black metal. It is a genre that a lot of people can't really get into, whether it be the nature of the lyrics, the nature of the instrumentals as well. Usually you get some intense drumming, some really nice orchestral elements to make things a little bit epic. And there are some bands that on this list that do make things very epic, and it's like the end of times. Depressive suicidal black metal is supposed to really make you feel like you want to do something to yourself. The overall nature of the aspect of suicide is something I do not condone. I do not condone you killing yourself. I do not condone you being depressed. It's a music genre that I really do enjoy just because they have some killer riffs, some amazing vocals, and of course it's in the tree of black metal. I love black metal, you know I love black metal. You know I'm gonna do a DSBM top 10 albums, and let's get on with it. So coming at number 10 is Happy Days, Cause of Death. This is a very good album, very dark melodies, and it is one of my favorites. I do love how this duo really work well together with some aggressive drumming along with some aggressive guitar. Great songs like Happy Days, Broken, and For These Wounds Will Never Be As Deep as Emptiness is such a great song. Abigail, that 11-minute song is amazing. This is a double concept album, and the aim for the band is to connect with the listener. And yeah, there are just harrowing screams, just harsh aggressive vocals as well, and it works overall. Happy Days is a depressive suicidal black metal band hailing from the United States, and they have created some really good albums like Melancholy Memories, Defeated by Life, Happiness Stops Here, which has this really lo-fi production, and their previous release was Save Yourself, which had some negative reviews, but I really do enjoy it. I think it is up there. If I had to do a top 20, probably Save Yourself would also be in this list. But yeah, Cause of Death Live is a very harrowing, harsh, atmospheric, depressive, suicidal black metal album. And yeah, it is just full of depression, full of hatred, and full of just suicidal themes. But yeah, Cause of Death Live is sitting here. So another United States band that does depressive suicidal black metal, right? It is Suicide Forest and the album Reluctantly. Now you probably have heard this album before just because I've been shilling this album a lot last year, and Reluctantly is a beast on its own in my opinion. It's more on the atmospheric black metal side, but they really change things up with the overall melodies and just the intense anger. Great songs like Reluctantly, As the Light Fades Part 1. Never in my life have I heard an album and say, Jesus, I want to do something to myself, because this album has the turning point where you just feel like shit, especially through As the Lights Fade Part 2. I don't know how they do it. It's the melodies that do really get stuck in your head, and just a eerie guitar. The vocals are just screaming in agony. The lyrics are just whoa, just really disturbing as well. It's just a great album through and through. But yeah, at the end, it just questions whether you want to live or whether you want to die. I don't know how they do it. It even questioned whether I want to live or whether I want to die. As the Light Fades Part 2 is one of the most depressing songs I've ever heard in my life, especially that outro. But yeah, Suicide Forest Reluctantly sits at number 9. Okay, so next up is, well, an album that I recently got into. Now, I think it's one of the best depressive suicidal black metal albums, and this band hails from Sweden. We're talking about 5 Halmstad.
Min galenskap till ett lugn.
I recently discovered this band and I think they were absolutely fantastic. The overall vocals by Nicholas throughout 5 Halmstad, disturbing. It has some very cool piano work. There are just really good songs, atmospheric in tone. The drumming is relentless, but there are some beautiful, blissful moments. Track 6, Necare Mokodagen, what a fantastic song that is, just with the screams that would just give a child a nightmare. It is so damn depressing. Come on, man, look at the album cover. She's got a fucking gun to her mouth. She wants to kill herself. Everyone wants to kill themselves. It's depressing. It's like the whole story of one person contemplating whether they want to kill themselves or not. The overall nature of this album is depressing, but my God, his vocals are just batshit crazy. They really are. And the next few albums I'm gonna mention, the vocalists on these albums, the vocals are just all out of this world. Just beautiful to your ears at times. Okay, so next up, Xasthur, Nocturnal Poisoning. I do believe this is DSBM just because there are lyrics, and yeah, this is one of my favorite Xasthur albums. Love how atmospheric. I do really love how they utilize different sort of instrumentals on this, and just the atmosphere that builds throughout this album. It's great. Lo-fi production. Nocturnal Poisoning, the self-titled track, is one of my favorite songs by Xasthur. Even Legion of Sin and Necromancy is such a great song as well. The vocals are really intense as well, but the production's not that great in my opinion. But yeah, Nocturnal Poisoning, Xasthur, is one of the best depressive, suicidal black metal albums. I love it. I love how straightforward this album is as well. It's straightforward, it's in your face, but it also has that atmosphere that builds. There are just really cool moments on this, and the album cover is just like, oh, spooky, 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 but it's so damn good. It really is. Xasthur, Nocturnal Poisoning. Okay, so next up is another Swedish band. They only released one album, but it's Silencer, Death Pierce Me. Yeah, this is just a really disturbing album through and through. It's talking about suicide, killing yourself, depression. It's got everything. The lyrics are so damn intense, and the vocals are just, ooh, okay, it's gonna take a while for someone that likes black metal to get into Silencer, in my opinion, but Death Pierce Me, to be honest, I laughed. I laughed when I heard the vocals for the first time on Death Pierce Me, but it does grow on you, and because the melodies are absolutely amazing. They really are. Very cool tremolo picking with the guitar, the drums have a beautiful tone, and the vocals are just that's what he sounds like. It's a good album, it really is. It's one of my favorite DSBM albums. You just listen to it at night, and just hear the screams of pain, screams of crying, screams of agony. It just sums up what this album is all about. But Silencer, Death Pierce Me, yeah, death definitely pierces you once you listen to this album. And yeah, sure, this might be an influence for the listener to do something to themselves. I Shall Lead, You Shall Follow, probably one of my favorite songs of Death Pierce Me. Slay the Lion of Judah, so damn good. Okay, so next up is Thylight, Sewer Depression. Now this is a demo apparently, well that's what Metal Archive says, a demo. So I'm surprised it's a demo, but the production is absolutely fantastic. This band really harnesses in, what are we really? Are we just dead? We're just a dead sack of shit. Yeah, I love it. I love the melodies, the beautiful orchestral moments that build throughout some of these songs. The symphony work is fantastic. The vocals are just, have that very, you know, atmospheric black metal tone to it. Yeah, this is fantastic. The cries are amazing. I'm surprised this is a demo. I love it. I love it. In my last morning is so damn good. A crawling worm in a world of lies. What a fucking song. And I finally reached my end, which is basically an instrumental track, but there are just cries of agony. This is a great DSBM album. Firelight Suicide Depression. If you haven't heard it already, definitely check it out. Dark, atmospheric, spooky album. Okay, so now we're going to Italy now. Forgotten Tomb released Springtime Depression in 2003. And what can I say? How can I describe Springtime Depression? Yes, it's talking about death, it's talking about suicide, and it's talking about depression. But this is more on the straightforward, atmospheric black metal side of things. This is fantastic. It really is. If you like that atmospheric black metal, even elements of doom metal on this, you're gonna really enjoy this. The vocals are very high streaked, but it works overall. Scars, Daylight Obsession. Daylight Obsession has a really cool riff that I love and you can easily dance to. Springtime Depression, that beautiful instrumental, Colorless Despondency, and Subway Apathy to end off the album. It is just a masterpiece by Forgotten Tomb. Dark, eerie guitar work on this, and it does get really heavy, really aggressive, but there are some beautiful soft somber moments as well. Melancholy feel, Forgotten Tomb, Springtime Depression, easily one of the best DSBM albums. Okay, so next up is probably one of the most craziest fucking vocals I've heard in a DSBM album, and even black metal album. Any album, you could say. It's Bethlehem, Dictius Necare. This album is just, I don't know how to say it. This is, you gotta listen to experience this album. You're probably gonna laugh at the vocals, but the vocals really work overall. Rainer Landferman, what an incredible vocalist he is, with the crazy high-pitched streaks, with the really low growls and the crazy falsettos he reaches. This is one of the best DSBM albums. It's got some eerie guitar work on this. Now, when you listen to this at first, you probably won't be a big fan of the vocals, but if you really expose yourself to this album, you're gonna fucking enjoy this in further listens. Just as fantastic. The drumming is intense, some really good production, but the vocals are the main star on it. I felt it's one of the best songs off the album. Tag boy or into the boot. Even track 5's amazing and track 7's really good. The vocals are the main star on this. Cool production on this, cool drumming, cool guitar work, and the synths. There are some synths that build this atmosphere, which works overall. But yeah, Bethlehem, Dictius Necare, check it out. Okay, this next up is probably my first DSBM band I explored. It is Totalselfhatred and their self-titled album, Totalselfhatred. Yes, this Finnish depressive suicidal black metal band is probably one of the most, aggressive, probably one of those heaviest acts in the DSBM genre, and probably the most brutal. Like, the lyrics are absolutely insane. Cool guitar work on this, really great melodies, cool riffs, and just the drumming is very intense, and it's just go, 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 go. Some really dark fucking stuff. Great songs like Mighty Black Dimension, Carving, fucking slicing your arm, Sledgehammered Heart. The pain, the depression throughout this album is just out of this world. It's easily one of my favorite DSBM albums. But of course, there is one album that tops the DSBM genre, in my opinion. You may disagree, but it's Leviathan, the 10th sub-level of Suicide. can I say? This is probably the most dark, evil DSBM album I've ever fucking heard. The vocals have this crazy distant phaser, but you can really hear it. It's like the vocals are the instrumental. Fucking Your Ghost in Chains of Ice, what a fucking masterpiece. The bitter emblem of dissolve. Got songs like He Whom Shadows Move Towards, Submersed, Idiot Sun, and of course At the Door to the 10th sub-level of Suicide. This album is amazing, it really is. It really does open your eyes, this LP, and it's like the album cover is a person that is just reaching up, but it seems like he just can't get help. He just can't get help, and he's going to that direction where we all just don't want to, and that is none other than killing yourself. Yeah, this is all about depression, all about suicide, and it's easily one of the best DSBM albums. The cold atmosphere, the cold guitar riffs, and the melodies. Wow, it is one of the best. That's it for the best DSBM albums. Hope you discovered something. But yeah, let me know in the comments below your favorite DSBM albums. Remember, don't get your knickers in a knot if I forgot any other DSBM albums. But there are some really good DSBM albums that I haven't mentioned. But you know what? So what? It's a list. It's a list I just made, so hope you did enjoy. Comment below what you thought, and I will see you in the next one.